Sydney, Australia, continuing our conversation with graduates of this very special program. And Francesco, you're from Italy.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Dove?
Dove? From Milan?
Da dove?
Yeah, correct. And I'm Francesco. I'm from Italy. I'm an NLP, hypnosis, and timeline therapy trainer. And I discovered NLP 5 or 6 years ago. And I've studied NLP for a while. And this year I became trainer with Ted and Adriana in Vegas. And I want to share with you the 3 things I think are the biggest learning, the biggest discovery I got during my journey. And the first one is that we have an unconscious mind. That the first time was like, what the hell? Like, what are you talking about, unconscious mind? I'm thinking. And when you understand really how it works, your unconscious, and how many things can you do with your unconscious, and when you know how to improve your communication with unconscious mind, it's really different. Your life change. And the second one was that NLP, it's all about communication. Not only the communication you have with other people, but even the communication you have inside you. And when you know how to communicate with yourself, you have more choices. And having more choices means have more freedom. The third one was this year, last year, with timeline therapy in Sydney again, with Ted and Adriana, when I discovered that you can get rid of all the negative emotion you have in 15 minutes each. And that was like, wow. In that moment I chose that I had to know how to train others in timeline therapy, and I want to train others in timeline therapy because what I discovered was so powerful and so intensive that I want that more people as possible have the freedom to choose what to feel, when to feel, and how to get rid of that. That was
Beautiful.
Let's say, all my journey, all the stuff there.
And you're a native Italian speaker.
Yeah.
You find all of this works very well in English?
Oh, yeah.
So there's no need to make a translation, or the translation works?
No, the translation works very well. You can find some difficulties just in the language pattern, but when you understand how it works, it's so easy, and it's very fast and easy. I think any people from any countries can take a course in English just with basic English, don't need a big knowledge of English. They can understand just a small job more for you, but really, if you work on the translation too, it's an opportunity to learn. Because when you have to translate some terms that you say what they're saying, and like you have to research inside your personal library, like what are the meaning in your language, and what are the meaning in your language, and you can understand better, even better, the meaning for what do you mean for. Like, I mean, when people translate some stuff like unconscious mind, in many languages translate with subconscious mind.
Subconscious, that's right.
We are lucky in Italian, we have unconscious mind, so we are lucky. But most of the Italian people still use the terms subconscious mind. That is something that is under something that is nothing, not important. And when you realize that you are your unconscious mind, it's you, it's part of you. It's just that you are not aware about it. That's the difference. And when you have to translate this term, for example, and you go to find Italian, you find that exists, and you understand the difference between unconscious and subconscious.
Right,
That's
right.
just an example.
Right.
You know, Francesco, I think that is true even in English, what you just said.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people translate, or a lot of people don't even translate, they just use the term subconscious mind, and subconscious gives the wrong message. I think it gives the wrong
Yeah,
message.
it's, as you said, it feels something lower, inferior,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's you.
It's you. That's the most important thing. It's you. It's you.
It's you, and if you think of the unconscious mind as being, as part of psychology thinks as being just part of us, some conditioned reflexes, right? But think of it, even if you think of it that way, it's a little, my unconscious mind feels offended if I think of it that way, but that's fine, that's my choice. But what if you could train those conditioned reflexes to respond automatically in a positive manner?
So that instead of getting unhappiness, you'd get happiness.
Right.
Instead of getting fear, you'd get love.
That's the paradox,
Instead of
see?
failing, you'd succeed.
Right, so what's wrong with that? We think is nothing wrong because that leads you to a fulfilling and happy life in spite of what might have happened to you in your past. And that's the point. Happy and fulfilling life. Because I'm fond of saying, when you're 95 or 100 years old and look back at your life, all the excuses in the world, all the reasons in the world why you weren't happy, why you weren't fulfilled, why you didn't have satisfaction in your life, won't matter. Won't matter anymore. All that would matter is, I did this. I'm satisfied and I'm fulfilled. At least I had a full life, and I played it to the maximum. And that makes a difference. That makes a difference. Okay, let's start here.
Hello everyone, I'm Vasilios Theo from Perth, Western Australia, and my story starts about a year ago when I ran into a master graduate of Tad and Adriana's NLP, and through a session I experienced timeline therapy and released a lot of fears, as well as through the use of his own language, he froze my mind on a problem that I was having. And by that session alone, within an hour, I was mesmerized as to how language itself and how such a simple technique could release emotions so quickly, with all the previous experience that I've had in body work, in healing systems, in esoteric spiritual readings. And so I hit him up for what he was doing, what he was learning, because I had to know what it was that what he was doing to me. What is this thing called NLP? I'd heard about it before, but I'd never fully quite understood what it was about. And so he told me about Tad and Adriana, and I rang up the Sydney office, enrolled, got the CDs, listened to them, and the magic started to really hit when I came to Sydney and started doing the courses, the parts integration, the release of the negative emotions, and everything was just happening so at the same time easily, and it was like a roller coaster ride. Everything was just coming out so simply. What I couldn't understand was, how could I had done a lot of research on so many different systems that were so abstract, and then now I've come to this down-to-earth system that explains everything about the human behavior, right down to the thinking, right down to the values, right down to people's perceptions on themselves and what they're doing around you. So it improved my communication, it improved my expression, it improved my ability to see people, what they're doing, how they're talking to themselves, how they're interacting, and what their story is, which also helped me a lot in my work, because as I am now, I only just work in mining, but I enjoy it greatly.
Well, thank you. Well, I just want to say that's the end of our set of conversations.
From Sydney.
From Sydney. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned.